Hey, what's up, and welcome to my corner of the internet. So before we get started, please like, comment, and subscribe. That'll be much appreciated, and thank you. So if you've been watching my channel, you've noticed that I've been watching a lot of different anime that off rip I don't even like. And one such anime I'm about to talk to you about was another on that list. Now, it wasn't as disliked as Re:Zero, but it was pretty much on there and I made sure to never watch it. But the first season was pretty solid and I'm going to tell you about it. Now, you're probably thinking he is completely late to the game, and you would be very right. But Danmachi is... I hated the title. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I thought this title was gonna be another isekai garbage can that was giving me nothing good within the story, was gonna be uninteresting, seriously undermotivated, and lacking in any sort of premise that could actually make me interested in watching a possible garbage fire like this one. But I was wrong. Danmachi, its first season was absolutely solid. We are welcomed into this world. I'm also going to put all the information on the screen. We're welcomed to a world where adventurers level up, there's families, there's gods that rule these families, and adventurers are basically a part of these families and get powers from their gods. And this world is exciting, fantastic. It's filled with so much space, and our main character is one of the weakest main characters possible, but he'll sooner or later get his comeuppance. And that's the fun of the story, is watching how Belle Crenel will literally grow right in front of us. Along with getting his ass kicked, let me just tell you, our main character gets the shit kicked out of him so often that it's almost hilarious. Within this anime, we see these different moments of where Belle is shown. He is strong and getting stronger, but he also... there's levels to this. There's not much you can do when someone 2 levels ahead of you starts beating up on you. And we see that. And he gets the paws put on him, let me just tell you. But, I mean, he's surrounded by beautiful women all the time. So, I mean, a couple punches to the face isn't going to destroy whatever he's got going on. And the anime is kind of funny. It leads towards some of its gimmicks a little too often for me. What I didn't like. When the title was like... is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? I'm just like, who made this garbage and why is this interesting to tons of different people? But the title is a joke so far as I've seen. The anime is actually about the weaknesses in characters and circumventing the world that tells you you're weak, but you have to keep fighting. You have to keep trying. And Belle does that and more. And he holds this happy-go-lucky, no one can necessarily do me wrong attitude, which I wish would change. It lacks depth, and he's a very cut and paste boring anime character, to be honest with you. But you know, you're not really looking for the deepest character depth in animes like this. But what you're really interested in is the world and understanding why the gods have come down from heaven. There's mentionings of these different families. Every single god has a name that's to a coexisting god in our own real world. And what part does that play in this? There's so many different things that I have questions about within Danmachi, and I'm interested. At first, I thought it was just going to be one note and disinteresting because it was going to play up its gimmick, but there's some actual solid written points within this. A little bit of a spoiler, Belle is from the Zeus family. Whatever the hell that means. His grandfather is Zeus. We find that out from another character that's called Hermes, and we're interested. We're trying to figure out what the hell all this means and how does that play into the structure of growth? One thing I didn't like about Danmachi was it felt as though it did world building, but it didn't want to commit to the world building. It didn't want to go further. It didn't want to look so far outside of it, because right now we're paying attention to Belle's woes and the little tiny things that are happening, and the goddesses that are actually interested in Belle and want to steal him away from Hestia. There's just things there that they just wanted to pay more attention to instead of giving us the wider range of the story. Like, I felt as though if they zoomed out a little bit more and let Belle help move the story across, I think this could have been expressed better. And I thought some episodes fell flat when we were trying to understand the relationships and some of the romance that were trying to be peeked into the story, but really didn't matter that much or give so much to the story, because at the end of the day, he's a classic anime character. It's just like, oh, I can't really make a decision, which is like hella boring, to be honest with you. The verdict really is, I was wrong about Danmachi. I was wrong because the title threw me off. It's just, the title. But I actually liked several episodes where Belle recognized his weakness and wanted more from himself. And he was tired of being embarrassed in front of the baddies. Like, I can totally relate there. Anyone can relate to that. And feeling though the world is picking on him, but choosing to try his best to get stronger. Like, those are recognizable and sincere feelings that was showcased, and I enjoyed it. I felt that push to want to do more, and getting tired of our personal weaknesses in the face of adversity was genuinely thrilling. Danmachi has the makings to actually be a great story, and I'm giving it the time. The 4th season, if I'm not wrong, is out right now, and I'm steaming through like the 2nd season, which I'll talk about that in the near future. Danmachi has potential. So all in all, rounding out this little review of Danmachi, the 1st season is solid. I will literally give that a pretty good, basically a 3.5 out of 5 if I was really gonna rate the 1st season of Danmachi. It's got enough to hook me in and make me interested, but it has to really delve into more of its details, expand the world, give me a scope of like danger, give this overarching plot, like what is the dungeon, why are the gods descended upon the people, what's going on. Like, they're treating it like a game, but even games have overarching plots that tie everything together and make everything more interesting. And what is this proposed? I don't know. It's not really a prophecy. It's not really heralded as such, but there's change coming on the horizon, and I want to know what that possibility of change is, and what does Belle have to do with it, and what happens to some of the gods. There's just so many questions unanswered, and Danmachi has the potential to do a really great story and follow through on plot points that really hold seasons of greatness if given the possibility. So I was wrong about Danmachi. It happens. I love being wrong about anime and then getting surprised and then watch it. I love watching stuff that I necessarily won't like, but that's just kind of the game here. With all that being said, thank you for making it to the end of the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you so much. Do you like me watching anime that I hate? Do you agree with my opinion about Danmachi? Let me just say, that 2nd season, it's not doing the thing. It has some moments, but it's not that great. Anyway, peace. Thank you so much. Take care. Be well, and good luck.